Hare Krishna, nice to see everybody here on this YouTube channel. I'm Padma Lochan coming from the beautiful New Govardhan Dharm here in Australia. Today is very exciting. I'll be doing my best to share some of the glories of the Radha Damodara temple, which is in Vrindavan Dham. So before we start, just a few mantras. Om Magyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshu Mitinina Chashmaishe Gurave Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master who has opened my eyes which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance with the torch light of knowledge. So yeah, it's very special to be able to talk and share the glories of the Radha Damodara temple. So it's known as one of the 7 Goswami temples, one of the most important of those temples. And here I've shared some of the pictures of the altar and the main deity there, Damodar. So very special and very powerful deities. So before I start, I thought I'd just go through these 7 main temples within Vrindavan. So we've got number 1 there, the Radha Madan Mohan temple. So this was established by Sanatana Goswami, the first disciple of Lord Chaitanya. We've got the Radha Govinda temple. This one was established by Rupa Goswami. He discovered that deity through a very mystical encounter. That can be another presentation by itself. The Radha Gopinath temple. This was established by Madhu Pandit, a follower of Lord Chaitanya. And we got the Radha Damodar temple, which I'll be talking about today, established by Jiva Goswami, who is one of the key figures of this Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. And then we've got the Radha Raman temple, which was established by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So everyone knows about the Radha Raman deity, self-manifested, a Svayam Vakta deity. Then we've got the Radha Gokul Ananda temple, established by Lokanath Goswami. This also holds very significant samadhis within that temple, same as the Radha Damodara temple. Then we've got the Radha Shyamasundara temple, which was established by Shyamananda Pandit, another important figure of this lineage of ours. And we've got other temples within Vrindavan, like the Banki Bihari temple. So all these temples, they form the spiritual heart of Vrindavan, and thousands of pilgrims come to Vrindavan daily to cast their eyes and get the mercy of these beautiful deities, and also many pilgrims come to serve them to the best of their ability, chant, dance, offerings, and so forth. It's a very powerful place, Vrindavan. So the Radha Damodara temple was established by Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami, he was the nephew and also the disciple of Rupa Goswami. The original Radha Damodar deities were hand carved by Rupa Goswami and gifted to Jiva Goswami. So it's pretty amazing, some of these pastimes of these deities and how they manifested here within Vrindavan. Rupa Goswami is none other than Rupa Manjari within the spiritual realm, and as we know, these Manjaris have many talents, and Rupa Goswami brought many of these talents forth, such as incredible at carving deities. It is said that the original deities from the Radha Damodar temple are now worshipped in Jaipur. Many Gaudiya Goswami deities were taken there for safekeeping during the Muslim reign at the time. It was a very interesting and difficult time within Vrindavan. So at the moment there's said to be some replica deities, Pratibhu Murti, so they have the same potency as the original deity, as Radha Damodara. It is said that Radha Damodara was installed in 1542 during the first Siva Puja. It's in that same year Gopal Bhatta Goswami performed the first Siva Puja of Radha Raman, and in 1558 Jiva Goswami acquired the land at Siva Kunj where Radha Damodara had been worshipped, and that same year he acquired the land at Radha Kund. There's said to be no records of the construction of the temple, but given the Mongol period constraints, the first temple would have likely been a very simple structure. And I just wanted to touch a bit on Emperor Akbar's visit to Vrindavan. He's actually an important figure. He helped out the Vaishnavas a lot many years back there in 1570. So at one point, Emperor Akbar, he came to Vrindavan with the hope of meeting this extraordinary ascetic. Akbar was a man of enormous wealth and influence, yet he had he was a humble man, and he was eager to hear Jiva Goswami, and he helped Jiva Goswami in that time remove some very difficult obstacles which were in the way, which help build and construct Vaishnava temples within Vrindavan. The magnificent Goswami temples such as the Govindaji temple, Madan Mohan, and the Gopinathji, they were built after Emperor Akbar's visit to Vrindavan in 1570. So when he met Jiva Goswami, he also gave permission for the temples of the Goswamis to be constructed. He helped with donations for the buildings. It's said that he helped also build a small safekeep room for the Vaishnava literatures, which is still to this day at the Radha Damodara temple to the left of the altar. Very ecstatic room. The Vaishnava literatures reside in there. So we're very fortunate that Emperor Akbar came at that time and helped Jiva Goswami move some of these obstacles and put us in a position, the Vaishnava religion, to be able to construct these beautiful temples for these beautiful deities. So here's some pictures here on the altar at the Radha Damodara temple. We've got all the deities shown in this photo. Then we've got the Govardhan Shila down here, which I'll speak on shortly. So besides the Radha Damodara and the Gopi Lalita Devi, which we can see there, one can also see the deities of other two great Vaishnavas here. So we've got Radha Vrindavana Chandra, which are the deities of Krishna Das Kaviraj. And then we've got Radha Madhava, which are Jayadev Goswamis. We've also got Radha Chal Chikan, which are the deities of Bhargavar Swami. And it's said that that is the original deity that he once worshipped. One can also see, so in this photo down here, just next to where I am, the famous Govardhan Shila. So this was given to Sanatana Goswami by Krishna himself. So Sanatana Goswami said that he would circumambulate Govardhan Hill every day, and it got quite difficult as he progressed in his age. As we all know, as we age, it can get difficult to do simple things such as walking, moving about, very difficult. So he was gifted this Sheila by the Lord to walk around, and so no different walking around this Sheila. So it said if you do circumambulate Radha Damodara temple 4 times, it's just like circling the Govardhan mountain in Vrindavan, Govardhan Hill. And on here we have Krishna's footprint. We've got his flute, his cow stick, and a hoof print of a cow. So that's a very ecstatic Sheila right there. So much potency. So here we move on to Rupa Goswami established his Bhajan Kutir. So the Radha Damodara Mandir, which was situated in the corner of the sacred Seva Kunj, was the place where Rupa Goswami established his Bhajan Kutir, and where he wrote many of his books, many books that have come through his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, such as the Nectar of Instruction and the Nectar of Devotion. He was assisted in his time by Jiva Goswami, who personally parchment the leaves, got the parchment leaves for Rupa Goswami to write upon, and also edited all of Rupa Goswami's books. It was once said that by his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, that the Radha Damodara Mandir is situated at the center of the spiritual world, because the divine activities performed there by the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, who use this place for their daily meetings, and from where they made their plans to inundate the world with Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada also stayed here at the Radha Damodara Mandir for many years, where he translated the first 3 cantos of the cream of the crop, the Srimad Bhagavatam, into English language. After completing his translations of the Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada left for America in 1965 in order to fulfill his spiritual master's instructions and spread the teachings of the 6 Goswamis and the glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world. And boy, was he successful. Still plenty of work to do, but it is spreading like wildfire. We also see at the Radha Damodara Mandir many samadhis of great Vaishnavas who have walked before us, Vaishnavas we can take great inspiration from, the likes of Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Krishna Das Kaviraj, Bhugaba Goswami. All their samadhis are found here with many, many others. And apart from all these samadhis, we can find Srila Rupa Goswami's samadhi also here. And near the samadhi of Rupa Goswami is a place of Srila. This is an interesting fact right here. So Srila Jiva Goswami used to wash his feet near the place of Srila Rupa Goswami's samadhi. It is a well-known fact that by having the dust of his place every day, diseases are cured, and we get the mercy of Sri Radha Damodara. So Jai Radha Damodara. So enter Srila Prabhupada. So as I touched on a little bit before, in 1956 Srila Prabhupada moved to the holy city of Vrindavan, where he initially stayed in the room at Vamsi Gopal Mandir near the Keshi Ghat. Then in July 1959, after he began his now famous translations into English of the Vedic classic Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada moved to the famous Radha Damodara Mandir and occupied 2 temples on the upper floor. So he was on the upper floor to begin with. Then in 1962, Srila Prabhupada moved downstairs into the 2 rooms on the floor adjacent the temple courtyard. One of the rooms, which also overlooked the Samadhi of Srila Rupa Goswami, became his kitchen and the place where he honored prasadam while looking out through the lattice windows at Rupa Goswami's Samadhi and Bhajang Kutir. The other room he used as his Bhajang Kutir, where he chanted japa and spent most of his time translating the Srimad Bhagavatam. These rooms are completely ecstatic. Every time I go to Vrindavan, I make sure I spend a day at the Radha Damodara temple, walking around, honoring the Samadhis, getting darshan of the great devotees who have walked before us. But to be able to sit in Srila Prabhupada's room and feel the potency, this is where he meditated so many times on his spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's mission to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the whole entire world, every town and village. So this is where he planned. This is where he stayed up late at night. And he said that some nights it would be 50 degrees and Srila Prabhupada would be translating the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this is why it's so important for us to read these books that Srila Prabhupada has written and translated. He put so much work, so much effort, so much hard labor into translating this nectarian literature for us, to guide us, to help us act as a navman, so we may be able to navigate our way through this material world, which is a very difficult place to navigate, and also give us an understanding of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. And as stated in the Isha Upanishad, when one knows all of this, when we know Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes, when we know the material creation with its material demigods, men and animals, we surpass death and the ephemeral cosmic manifestation with it, and we enter into our eternal life of bliss and knowledge within the spiritual world. Yeah, like I was saying, so this was the beginning for Prabhupada here. This is when he really laid the foundation for the Krishna consciousness movement to really spread throughout the whole entire world. There's some nice stories from the Radha Damodara temple. There's a story where Srila Prabhupada mentioned that he had a dream and Rupa Goswami came to him in his dream and gave him the blessings and told him he would always be with him as he spread this mission throughout the whole entire world. Very, very special. There's also a time when there was an older Machaji who found Prabhupada sweeping around Srila Rupa Goswami's Samadhi and Bhajan Kutir. He was weeping, tears coming from his eyes. He was begging, praying for the mercy of the Goswamis, that he was able to spread this mission, Lord Chaitanya's movement, all over the world and fulfill the order of his spiritual master. So this is where it all started. This is a very, very special place for Vaishnavas. Very, very ecstatic, very potent, very powerful. So there we have it, some of the beautiful glories of the Radha Damodara temple. It really holds so much nectar for Vaishnavas, dating all the way back to the 6 Goswamis. You know, that's where they would sit, that's where they would meditate, that's where they would write and dream of a day of spreading this Krishna consciousness movement throughout the whole entire world. And in the 50s, Srila Prabhupada came to that spot. He resided there for 6 years, and he continued their work, and he was planning, he was meditating of a day when Lord Chaitanya's movement would be spread all over the world. And when the time was ripe, Srila Prabhupada fulfilled his spiritual master's message, instruction, and he took Krishna consciousness all around the world. So places like the Radha Damodara Mandir temple, we should always be meditating upon. You know, this is a place where Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, the Goswamis, they stood upon this ground. So many other amazing Vaishnavas came after them. Then, like I was just saying, Srila Prabhupada, we've got amazing deities there, the samadhis of so many great Vaishnavas. This can be a place where we can go and pray. As Srila Prabhupada said, it's the spiritual hub of the spiritual, it's the hub of the spiritual world. You know, in Siva Kunj, we can get a bit more esoteric, and this is where Radha and Krishna within Golok would perform their rasa dance. So much potency coming from this place, and we have to take advantage. So all glories to the Radha Damodara temple. And we pray that we can get there someday soon. And if we can't reside and be a resident within Vrindavan, let's share Vrindavan to the whole entire world. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.